time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
With everything going on at Disney right now, Nelson Peltz raising his head, and Iger seemingly looking like he's in trouble. There's a lot of stuff that's happening that we need to talk about, but I want to talk about this. Lucasfilm and the sudden appearance of lots and lots and lots of sequel trilogy shells, like this person, Retney's Holocron. Okay, and this person who is very much a source of amusement and amazement, Jacob J. Tim Suggs, who almost manically posts pro stuff about the sequel trilogy to the point where people are getting tired of him. Okay. This guy, he's obviously getting paid by the tweet. He has to. Okay. There's someone behind him making him do this. And I've seen other Twitter accounts all of a sudden explode with pro sequel trilogy crap. And it's even migrated to the boards on the fan boards on Facebook. So what's going on here? Kennedy's floating around, I think on a Mediterranean cruise or something like that, in Italy, or she's just in Italy. She's in Europe. The feeling is she's basically retired. Personally, I wish they would just announce it, because then we could just move on with our lives. But because we have black pill blobs and who like to seemingly send obvious trolls to this channel, they can't deal with the fact. Anyway, but we could get past the Kennedy thing. But of course, they've already decided to go after Dave Filoni, but that's another issue. So what's going on here? Well, with the advent of Grand Admiral Thrawn appearing in our galaxy, Galaxy 1, we'll call our galaxy, Galaxy 1. It seems to me that, look at this, right? Jumping over, what the fuck? This guy's nuts. Okay, so if you're on Twitter X, please go and visit him and tell him to shut the fuck up, okay? Because we're all getting really sick of it. I believe strongly that with Grand Admiral Thrawn showing up in the galaxy, and with something going on with Balin, I think there's not going to be enough room for the sequel trilogy and Heir to the Empire. That's just and I think that it's getting obvious to people who are watching it carefully and look for nuance that there's something going on here. And whatever it is, it's not, as they get closer to the timeline of the sequel trilogy, the less it looks like anything like that's going to happen, because there has to be something that sets up the past for it to occur, and Grand Admiral Thrawn is not it. I have a feeling that Aboleth escaped when the father and the daughter were killed, one by her brother's hand and the other by his own, which is why we get the sequel trilogy. Okay, that's my opinion. Now, is it her calling to Balin? No, but it could be Anakin, or it could be the son. All right, but because of who Anakin is and where he is now, I believe it probably is Anakin, because he's not a Force ghost in the world between worlds. I hate to tell people that. And we are going to get a Mortis arc of some kind.
at the movies.
Oh, here's another one, Star Wars Holocron, who kind of spreads the love everywhere, but he's really a huge shill of the sequel trilogy. And then there was another one named Dan Decentralized, who pretty much was basically doing the same thing Suggs was doing, and constant barrage of sequel trilogy bullshit. Look, if you like it, fine. You're never going to not have it. It's just not going to be the main timeline of Star Wars anymore. It'll have its own place in its own universe, and you fuckers can beat off to Kyle Ron all you want. And then there was another one trying to use Hayden Christensen saying his favorite character in the sequel trilogy was Kyle Ron to justify Kyle Ron. All right, that's like watching, I don't know, pick out a really bad movie and pick out the least egregious character, and then that's your favorite character. That's what he was doing, okay? That's exactly what he was doing, and that's all it was, okay? No one who spent time with the original trilogy or the prequels actually loves the sequel trilogy, okay? And of course, Star Wars Holocron again. Like anybody cares. Like anybody who is a huge Star Wars fan went out of their way to buy these comic books and the books that go along with the ST. Okay, my God, this is a reason why Star Wars is in the shitter. It's crap like this. No one cares because he was a poorly written villain. He had absolutely no reason to do what he did. He's just a piece of shit. Okay? He's just a piece of shit. And that's what he is, and they're going to have to admit it. Now we've got my favorite scene in the entire franchise. This is from the Mandalorian and Star Wars Facebook page, and it has been inundated with a lot of girls screaming about Rey in the sequel trilogy. And then this virtue signaling male chauvinist pig who probably is putting this out there so he can get laid. Okay, that's why they do this. No, it wasn't the best scene in the entire franchise. Please stop it. And of course, I don't remember who did this one, but it's just silly. It's basically taken again from the Mandalorian Star Wars Facebook page again. And why is this happening now? It's suddenly like all these things bloom. And remember, okay, when they got Reylo going, they used a lot of bots and they used a lot of AstroTurf and fake support from fake accounts to get what they wanted. But then he died, which everybody was happy. Okay, you know, that's what I think is going on here, is that there's an uptick in pro sequel trilogy shit because they're terrified it's going away. Because the moment Grand Admiral Thrawn showed up, they knew it was over. Now, of course, we've got this stupid thing, and of course, as you scroll down, you will see Adam Driver, because again, we've got to kiss his ass. His ugly, broken nose, enormous airplane flap ears, weird-looking face, ass. Okay, because this is what a man looks like in 2023. You've got to be shitting me. He's an overrated actor. His character in Star Wars was shit. You will never see him in Star Wars again because of the way people like this treated him and his family. Okay? And I, for one, am glad. All right, you guys shot yourselves in the foot. Okay, first off, poorly written. Second of all, poorly acted. It took Adam Driver 4 months to want to even be in the movie. Because, as he said, he didn't want to be the one to kill Han Solo. Maybe he shouldn't have been in it. Okay. You know, we're going through a transition time right now with Star Wars. And we're going to see a lot of people who want the sequel trilogy to stay for various reasons. We've got Black Pill Blobs, etc., doing Kennedy's work for her and attacking Dave Filoni now and his wife. We've got sequel trilogy shills attempting to save the timeline for themselves because they're self-centered. They're looking to validate themselves and not learn, not just watch the movie to have fun. Anybody, again, who needs a movie to validate themselves is a very sick person, and they need help. But I look at the Black Pill Blobs and the Black Pills, and I say, I look at you the same way. Okay? All right? They're the same people. They're the exact same people. And they're working for the same goal. So, we just want Star Wars to be fixed so we can just move on with our lives. These people want it destroyed if they don't get what they want. If I don't get what I want, no one gets what they want kind of thing. That's what this is all about. That's what the shills are doing. Look, anybody with a brain knows perfectly well that the sequel trilogy didn't do good, didn't do well. Star Wars is in a very sick place right now because of it. Okay? And a rational person would say, well, I liked it. I know the vast majority of people didn't. All right. And then go on with their lives. All right. That's what they would do. But what I think is the grounded monkeys put out the order for people to start pushing for the sequel trilogy. They can do it and not have fingers pointed back at them. Fine. It's still going away because, like I've said, there's no place for Heir to the Empire and the sequel trilogy. This is Steph, signing off. I'll see you around the galaxy.